Normally I'll be sitting in the truck saying we're in the truck and we're off to pick up a new project. But at this point in time, it is a lot of money. It is a lot of work. I need to actually go and view this one. It is quite a long way, guys. It's Reading. I'm in the truck, I'm dieseled up, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to get on the road instead of waffling on and pick up as soon as we get there. Hopefully we can have a look round it, video it and buy it if possible. If not, it's going to be load it on the truck and then of course show you when we get back to the yard, but we'll do our absolute best. Let's head there. Guys, we have just arrived and here is the car. Looks very, very nice till we get to the other side. So I've actually met this chap before, and this is why once you meet somebody, you never get rid of that number, and he never got rid of mine either. And it's Chris, the Dr. Car Keys. We're not in Reading, are we? I just said I'm heading outskirts, Woking, yeah. Outskirts of Reading. I actually bought my motorhome off Chris back before the summer, and he buys and sells a few bits to go again with another few quid like everyone else. And he actually bought this car off of somebody he knows, and the damage is caused due to a medical episode.
He was a diabetic. He hadn't taken his jab.
Right.
And he had a hyper and crashed the car.
Right, so he was diabetic, and unfortunately, this is the outcome of that. You, Chris, you've already put a lower arm on this.
Lower arm to make it mobile.
And you said to me, bring a wheel. So I went to Caterham BMW last night and borrowed one because this wheel doesn't fit. Door bit on the post there, it is quite nasty, but it is what it is. And like I say, Chris, he's my, so I'm just going to run a check on it. Long as this checks out, Chris, I'm happy with the price we agreed. I'm going to load it on the truck and take it back to the yard. You will have to excuse the noise, guys. I am sitting in my van and I've got it running because it is getting quite nippy out there now. So BMW 2 Series, VIN's all correct there. I've checked that against the V5. The car does come with the V5. Mileage okay, theft okay, accidents clearly highlighted there in amber. When you're doing a car vertical check, if there is any issue, it will always be highlighted in amber. If it's all good, it's always going to be green. I'm going to just quickly go through this one. I'm not going to make a go right through it in depth. So manufactured 1st of the 1st 17, registered 9th 2017. So it's a 67. I actually thought this car was an 18, but it turns out it's not. Ownership change there on the 2nd 2020, and previously had a private plate on it there at some point, and a failed MOT, and that was a front fog lamp. So just scrolling all the way down, the mileage graph there, absolutely perfect. Last MOT 18,347. Damage there, category S write-off, can be repaired following structural damage. You can use the vehicle again if it's repaired to a roadworthy condition, and we don't do anything less than perfect on them. Scrolling further down, this check was performed in all of these countries: United Kingdom, Poland, France, just to name a few. There's no valuation on this one, and I can see that they've stopped valuing them at the moment due to the price difference in these cars. Some people are buying cars, they've had them for 2 years, they bought them at the start of the lockdown, and they're selling them for more money than what they paid for them. It's just crazy out there at the moment. Also on the bottom of this check, you've got all of your specs and equipment, and right down at the bottom you've got your 9 helpful tips and tricks of things to check when you're purchasing your car. I want to thank Car Vertical once again for the continued support on the channel. Guys, to get 10% off your check, use our link in the description or the code SR10 from any browser. Let's get back and pay the man and load it up. So regardless of what we see there, it is reasonably priced, like I said, so we've gone for it, and I've managed to get quite dirty. Luckily Chris had a forklift here, he's just lifted it up, and this is the wheel that I borrowed off of Tyler. Unfortunately, that wheel that was on there was an earlier one. A lot of this stuff is 1 series, but it did have to have the later wheel on it. Let's get it loaded on the back of the truck on this main road. Before we move on with the car, Chris, I'd better mention, Chris has got someone here doing some work. That is not one of our vehicles. Honestly, people are so eagle-eyed, they're like, right, what you got coming in there? So me and Chris have actually been laughing for the last 20 minutes because, well, it's a bit longer than that. We have been playing around with these mics, and I know you're all desperate to hear what Chris has got to say. So we're both mic'd up. Fingers crossed. This is going to be all right. Here's the car, Chris.
Yeah, lovely.
Honestly, a really, really nice car. It's a BMW M Sport.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's a 220 diesel. Right. It's done 18,000 miles. Yeah. Logbook, 2 keys, all the book pack. And honestly, Chris, yeah, honestly, honestly, it's such a lovely car. We won't be stuck with this, because if no one wants to end up buying this, I will take this home. It's that nice, but
yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's going to be a fair amount of work.
Nice bit of trim.
It's all Alcantara, isn't it?
Yeah, that is nice.
This side, it's a beautiful car. Beautiful car. The back of it, beautiful car.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to need a quarter, isn't it?
Guess what happened to it?
Any damage up there?
It felt alright.
Yeah.
I did get Chris, because we got this off Chris, so I got the motorhome off. I told you that earlier. I had a chat with him. It was actually his mate's car. He had a medical episode. He's diabetic, and he didn't take his jab. So, I mean, he's had dramas with it. The insurance company took it, category S'd it, and then refused to pay him out. So they delivered the car back to him.
Really?
Yeah, but the category S stayed.
So it's not had a payout?
It's not had a payout, but
That's
it's category.
Cheeky,
it is cheeky, but
I won't take this right off, Rob, but just, it's alright. It's not damaged up there.
no.
No roof damage, really.
No, I mean,
yeah, that's good.
Chris said he moved it on for a drink, but he did actually plan. He said, "Oh, Rob, I was going to repair it. He already got a price for one of these." Brand new quarter. He said, and it weren't trade, it was retail money, 512 quid. So,
yeah.
A door, there's so many doors. Do you want me to pause there for a minute? Sorry, Chris's builder come out there for a quick chat. Doors, eBay, there is loads of them. And they're all reasonably priced. Yeah. And I looked, and there's actually a complete door on there with a mirror, with the handle, everything seems to be on there. He was under the impression there weren't no chassis damage, but we don't know, do we, about behind there?
Going to be a little bit harsh damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be too bad, I shouldn't think. Shame about the bonnet, Rob.
Yeah, it is a shame about that. And have a look at that.
That's not too bad at all.
No, it's not punched that in or hit that.
Well, it's just taken it, tweaked it that way, but that'll all tweak back okay.
He's put a lower arm on it, and that's the wheel I borrowed off Tyler and Ian from Charing.
Yeah, so it's no damage back into the wheel box, is there?
No. And I know how much you like an alley wheel. He'd been and bought one to put on it, but it didn't fit. It's in the boot for you. I asked him if I could keep it. Yeah.
Bumper would go again, wouldn't it?
That's actually, I noticed, a replacement.
I see the blue paint.
It's got blue paint on it. I've already sent Eddie a picture of the part number. Right. He sent us back a picture. He's got us an headlight.
That's good.
So it is a start, isn't it? Do you know the thing that shocked me the most?
Yeah, they're alley, aren't they?
Are you thinking you can repair that? You know what shocked me the most? No airbag damage.
No.
And yet that wheel took a wallop.
Surprising. The only reason I say repairable, that bonnet, is I should imagine
it's quite a few quid. Tyler was telling me, which actually shocked me, front wing, door, BMW 1 Series.
Oh, they really?
Exactly the same, he said.
I didn't know that.
Obviously the quarter panel's different, but it's a bit... Would you mind jumping in it and starting out? I want everyone to hear this. It sounds... Actually, you've got your mic on there, so I can do it, can't I?
Yep. What year is it, Rob?
18. Do you want to stand by the engine?
Yeah.
Oh, it's auto, isn't it? Keys are in it. It sounds like brand new, doesn't it?
It's a nice car, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just realised something, Chris. I haven't turned my microphone on, but hopefully they can hear me through yours.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get... Oh, 20,866 miles. But really nice paddles. Auto, lot of glass in here.
Yeah, very nice.
Very
all drives.
all drives. So
That's nice.
we need to get it unloaded and get it inside because
Yeah.
it's got 2 smashed windows that side. But I'm really happy with it, and it sounds like you are as well.
Yeah.
I paid full price what he is asking for it. He left enough in it for us, and obviously he's made a little bit of money, but nice to have one. We've only had 1 2 Series, and that was beyond economical repair.
Wasn't it? It had about 1 million faults, didn't it?
I'm not sure why the number plates are missing.
Was it on a private?
I couldn't leave that behind, could I?
No, definitely not. I'd imagine it was on a private when he's took the plate off, has he?
No, it's not. It
No,
doesn't.
you've got the
It,
logbook.
it had one previously at some point, but it hasn't got the private plate on it now.
Yeah, nice car.
Let's get it unloaded. Do you know, guys, we've been, all of us, I think you would agree, we've been so lucky here in the UK this year with the weather. It's been incredible right up until sort of now, and we ain't really got used to the being back into the winter spirit of things yet. So it's absolutely tipping it down out there, and Chris said, let's get this in, I want to start attacking it. Also, Rob, while I am messing around, make some calls, and quarter panel is on order. It is going to be here tomorrow morning, and that's coming from Germany overnight because I've ordered it first thing, and it was, I shouldn't really say the price, or does it matter? 440 some odd pound, £34, all in with the VAT delivered to our door. It's not worth. I mean, if I bought you a quarter panel here and you had to unpick it off of another inner panel, it's a whole day's work, isn't it?
They're horrible.
It is horrible. So we've got it in. I guess we're going to start the process of getting all that off and actually try and get that door open. Because I noticed, Chris, where that hinge, where that hinge has gone.
Oh yeah, it's come back a long way.
That has come back a long way, hasn't it? Yeah, it's going to be hard work. So we just,
And we want to get windscreen now, don't we?
we do.
Get that window out.
The back window.
Back window out.
Need to get Liam out to do that, don't we? I wonder how much quarter panel. Do you think it will come with a?
They'd probably be chopped through there and chopped through there.
Yeah, because they normally have a natural join down there anyway, don't they?
Some of them do come a low, I don't know.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Normally you have to ask them for a drawing if you're that worried, but that's why when we was out there earlier, I pulled that off, make sure that was all right.
But
it wouldn't surprise me.
Chris,
We've done BMWs before, they come with all that right along, but we put it in for a rear.
would you go as high as you can for the smallest point, or?
You know, I'd probably come midway, to be honest. Right?
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
And splice it in.
Yeah.
Right, let's get it uncovered and see if we can get that door. I think it's going to be a case of me inside with an heavy foot and you... No, we'll try and get it open.
Yeah, I mean, we might end up cutting a hole in it so we can get to the mechanism.
Well, what I can see here is the bolts for it, so maybe we'll lift this side off and fold it out that way.
Yeah, you might be better off to unbolt those, because I think that's bent in there anyway.
Yeah, oh, and we've got the check strap in there.
Yeah, so I think we take them and that might relieve it a little bit, mightn't it?
Hopefully, let's see how we get on. Fair bit of work there to get that door off. We could not get it to unlatch. It actually went one latch straight away, didn't it? And then we realised the door was actually locked, and it's locked in the accident, and then the wiring's broken off. So the door was actually locked. We actually plugged it back in, put the battery back on, unlocked it. That's when it come open, one latch. And then I think we both agreed we need to undo these. Chris managed to pull it far enough away, and I got in there and managed to unbolt the check strap from the inside, believe it or not. But nice to see. All down here, there's no damage. We didn't really expect any, did we? But it's, yeah, certainly a lot of work to get that off. And Chris noticed that and said, it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Got a couple of little digs in there, but I mean,
what it is, isn't it?
the dent puller's going to get them out. And Chris just said, I think what we do is actually get the vacuum in there, clean some of that glass up and pull that seat out, because you've just made a call and Liam is coming tonight.
He is.
And he's going to cut that out for us, bless him, because we got the bits coming for this. You want it to stay in here, really.
Come after work, so I think we try and take the trim off for him, shall we?
Yeah, just get as much.
We need it off.
Yeah,
we need it off, so we get it as much, and then he's going to cut that out.
So you definitely don't fancy panel beating that one?
Not really, no.
Shall we call a dent man out to do it?
What, PDR?
A PDR man.
Okay.
Let's get all this glass cleared up and get these seats and trims out for Liam. We just got cracking there. I vacuumed out this side and then swapped with Chris. He come around and unbolted the seat, and I vacuumed out the other side. There was a lot of glass, and you actually said that must have been quite a loud bang with both of them windows going.
Exploded, didn't they?
Yeah, there was quite a lot of wrap from this back window, obviously where it was tinted. I think they got quite a dark tint anyway, but looking through that one behind you,
it's very dark.
It's very dark.
Everything's dark.
Yeah, that was on the floor in the front there. The front one obviously wasn't tinted, but even all the centre console was full up with glass. The armrest underneath there, it was everywhere, all in the heater vents. And you've got to be so careful. Like, can you hear that, guys? And I've had the vacuum in there. We will actually have to take those out of the vehicle and shake them all out. And then you have to turn the heaters up full whack and run, basically. Because it just sprays out of everywhere, doesn't it?
It does.
Chris is in the back there, getting everything out of the way, ready for Liam. I think the roof lining will be all right, but you're taking these?
Yeah, because
basically.
we're going to need all this off anyway.
Oh, we need the whole lot off.
So you might as well.
This don't seem damaged, Chris.
No, it just unpopped.
I'll turn that torch back round now. I think the door panels took a little bit of it.
It has took a bit. Yeah.
And there's a couple of scratches on that. Let's have a look at the door panel. Yeah, you can't really see it, but that actually looks like that's popped off as well. But you can see how far bent round that door is by that door panel. Although it doesn't look like we've made a lot of progress, we've got a lot of progress. Once Liam cuts that back window out, Chris can actually start on this, unpicking this quarter. Because this is not going to need to go on a jig, Chris, is it?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. No, I think the bulk of the damage is on the outer panel.
Yeah.
There may be a slight bit on the wheel arch, but I wouldn't envisage that having to go on the bench for that.
No, it's quite high up, the damage, isn't it? So, yeah, a little bit on that wheel well maybe, and then that is about it. But, yeah, a couple of little things to clarify. I thought this was a 2018. It's a 6717. And when I actually bought it, Chris did say, I think it's done around 18,000. Chris being the chap I bought it off, and it's actually done 20. But we're still very, very happy with the price we paid for it and what we've got. It's come with the V5, both the keys, all the service books, and this is really going to be a very, very nice car. Very nice car. Chris was looking the backlights up. They're quite expensive, but we have actually spoken to a chap who's got a door, a rear light, some other various bits, and I'm probably going to pop there tomorrow. And he actually said, I recognise your voice, didn't he? Knew who he was, so hopefully he looks after us. Absolutely banging the videos out, guys, and it's so nice to have some new builds on the channel. So we did kind of get carried away earlier on this week, and we actually have got another video filmed, and that's another new build as well, mate, isn't it? So you've got that to look forward to. That'll probably be Friday. I'm not going to say it'll be for Wednesday, But what I do know is, in between doing little jobs on this car today, Chris said, I want to get this done. We don't want this hanging around. It's a beautiful car. Now we've got it in the workshop. Get the bits ordered up for it. Get me the bits. Let's get it back together. So
it's not only that, we've got nothing at the paint shop at the moment.
No, so it's nice to keep them.
Yeah,
it's nice to keep them fed with a bit of paintwork. And like Chris just said, we've got nothing there at the moment. Again, apologies on the microphone. You can see we got them there, and in the first part of the video, we did our best with them. But it's just that little lead, and I mean, it does all different decibels. And honestly, if you see the videos on my phone where I'm outside, Chris is in here, Chris went and made a cup of coffee, I stayed in here, and we're having a conversation on these microphones and listening to it back, just trying to perfect it, because we don't want to put a video out and it's all high pitch or got loads of interference. So bear with us, we are definitely on it. Looks like Chris is as well. That's going to be the end of... How much? A pound. £2. He's doing all right. Always find some money. Guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. As usual, we do hope that you did enjoy it. And if you do, hit that thumbs up. Drop us a comment in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe and share. And we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.